Hello everyone. Give me 1 moment. Okay. That should set up everything up. Sorry for me being a little bit quiet today. Like I said, I'm kind of a little bit ill at the moment, but I still want to play some World Phase 3. I took a lot of medicine and other things as well to help. And oh, okay, I guess World Phase 3 is updating. I did not realize it's getting like a new patch. Any case, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm just trying to, hello, Tripa. Welcome to the stream. Apparently Motor's Gate is updating. Why, though? I saw there was like a... patch video. I'm wondering if it will reveal stuff. Let's watch this while we're waiting for Motor's Gate to update. Because why not? Let me find this thing. There we go. Here it is.
The final patch.
Final patch?
Not including updates for bugs and so forth.
Ugh, bugs.
What does it mean?
It means we're at the end of an era.
What?
One last indulgence to sink our teeth into.
So this is like a final patch? So like you're done updating the game, I guess? Interesting. Not saying it's fine.
It's been such a long road, hasn't it? And against all odds, we've made it. You know, I never thought I'd say this, but I wouldn't have survived this madness without my family.
What is happening? Are you kidding me? What? Why we're going this route? I don't know.
Get home from school, always look so stylish, always act so
The brain.
cool. Your guiding light, always ready to fight for your right
The
to
blade. What?
Asterion,
Hi.
he's the Pookie. Asterion, so perfect it's spooky.
The princess?
Asterion,
Really?
the meaning of our life.
Wow.
And most of all, you.
So handsome,
Asterion, infinite wisdom, Asterion. I want to give him all my blood.
Just open it.
Right?
No, that's more literal than I anticipated.
This...
What's happened?
I don't know.
Subtle magic has woven something new into the fabric of this place. Hmm? Actually, it's pretty good.
What is happening? Wait, what?
different.
Time to die!
What the?
Pocket Sam!
Of course they fail. And Gale is dead. Wow. Who is this guy? What the?
Release the bees!
Wow. Well then.
Say cheese! Good game, guys. Catch you next time.
Oh, fuck. Oh, not again.
Did you say?
Oh, damn it.
Stupid game.
Now what?
Want to play again?
I'm in. One more adventure.
Fine. But I won't be carrying you all again. Gather your party, Adventure 4,
Okay,
darling.
but I'm getting a new head.
We go to the tavern.
I'm
And I'm
sick.
gonna
Wow.
I get to save this time.
Oh no, Gale's not dead apparently.
Guys? Hello? Anyone?
Aw. Patch Ace out. Okay then. Can we go to the... Nope, okay. Baldur's Gate 3. Let's check out the website, shall we? The final patch. The final patch, new subclasses, photo mode, and crossplay. Okay, crossplay, 12 new classes left. Okay. Okay, read more. Well, folks, this is our final major game patch for this game. We published make it. Yep. Changes climbing this maybe won't be any new narrative content, so it changes to storyline, origin character, or companions. You know, sort of the way we need to tell it and try our best to make them impactful and engaging and fun for the future. Fair enough. Sorry, if you really feel as you think of my face screen, okay. Okay, let's talk about the newest final patch. They have new Steam trade cards, I guess. Crossplay, yeah. So players with PC, Xbox, PlayStation will now be able to play Xbox multiplayer full crossplay. Yeah, when you can now join crossplay lobbies to take your picture together. Cool. Cosplay mods, you will continue joining creating chaos with mods. The crossplay was for to know that 2011 was the same version of mods install. Fair enough. First thing you need to make sure everyone has a phone when you turn your we're in account, you can yep. Once I sign to make sure you crossplay. Excuse me. Enabling a select option something to make about see the crossplay will check the box, okay. Have a specific account. Okay, so this is all about crossplay, let's see. Photo mode, position and pose your party around the camera setting, use vacancy and secure this photo mode is downloaded Explorer with patch 8. Getting started. To test out photo mode, took me on, download the next episode 5. Cool. Camera settings and photo mode. Huh! Interesting. What the? Wow, okay. New subclasses. One new subclass for each playable class is now available between new abilities and range should be the unique summons from character stuff. Pack with new ways to play for you. We got Thunder raising into a cleaver. Okay. Have the Giant Barbarian, College Government Bard, Death Domain Cleric, Circle of the Stars Druid, Arcane Archer Fighter. We have the Drunken Master Monk. Wow. Over the Crown Apprentice, Ormkeeper Ranger, Swashbuckler Rogue. Really? I could be a Swashbuckler Rogue? Like, I could be a pirate? Shadow Magic Sorcerer, Hexblade Warlock. Wow, okay. Features that give you some universe class. 1, 2, 3. So if you're on the run, you can only choose what you want. Level 2, Druid or Wizard in it. Okay. Okay, cool. Toolkit. UI. And yeah, that's pretty much it. They also talk about like, okay, that's good to know. That you could be a pirate rogue. Huh. Sorry, I don't know how long I'm streaming for. I'm definitely not streaming more than 2 hours, just saying. I'm probably gonna be streaming about like an hour, at least. So let's get into the game. If... Do I need to open Steam instead? Like... No, it's still downloading. Kidding me? Are you kidding me? We still have to wait? Okay, I guess we could, do something, I don't know. Wait, I got feed in the Discord, give me one moment. Oh. Nothing new, okay. This patch is fairly big. Like, oh my god, hold on. I didn't know there was going to be a patch. I should have checked it first, I'm sorry. Well, at least I got this game. Really fun game. We played for 134. Yeah, oh my god. Close. I just want to say I would recommend it. Yeah, I guess it's just a waiting game. Let's put in some music. I'm gonna turn off my controller, actually. So we don't waste this battery. Oh, God. Excuse me, sorry. I hate waiting. Why did I have to do it today? I don't want to say. I just want to play my game. Down the river. I'll be right back. I'm gonna blow my nose. Maybe it will be complete by the time we finish blowing my nose. Excuse me. feel like I'm so, like, heavily medicated. Because I may have, like, something like a cold, or it's just because of my allergies. Probably it's not cold. It's just probably allergies. No, I was thinking maybe we were playing a game, but I realized, like, if I try playing a game, it will stop telling the content. That's why. So we're just playing a Wii game while chilling some music. I am actually, hold on, give me one moment. Arcane Archer. Swashbuckler Rogue. I am indeed grabbing a snack. Yeah, we're just chilling right now. My game is updated. I didn't know my game was gonna get updated. That is so my bad. Blade Singing Wizard. Next blade on. Shadow Magic Sorcerer. I do want to check out Swashbuckler Rogue. Shadow Magic Sorcerer. I don't know about like the other stuff. That's all of my phone really well. It's almost there. It's 20% almost done. I may actually need a text. god. We're just chilling. I feel so bad because I was planning to play this game and now we have to wait for it to download. I'm so sorry, guys. Down, down, by the river. Okay, it's almost done. 90% download. So, 10% left. Oh, different. Okay, fine. Um... Come on. You're almost there! You're almost there, come on. Just Shallow, please. I just want to play the game. Like, chat, look at this. It's so close. Come on. Please be done. I want to play a game. Come on. Maybe I should change it to wait for the game to finish Shallow. What the? What's it doing now? What is it doing now? Alright, while we're waiting, we're just gonna do something.
The crystal gem.
Pi is a free browser.
While we're waiting for this game to, like, finish downloading, we're gonna watch something. We need some entertainment. Give me one moment. Huh? Oh god, hold on. There we go. Why not? Let's watch some creepy lore about Duolingo while we're waiting for Baldur's Gate. Why not?
Duolingo has lore. Wait, hold on. Duolingo has lore? Like the language learning app? Yeah, you heard that right, and this cute little owl is doing more than kidnapping people and breaking knees to get you to learn Portuguese. Nah, his endgame, saving the world. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Film Theory, the show where you're a theorist or you fear us. So normally this is where I'd ask you guys if you'd heard of the subject of today's theory, Duolingo. But honestly, I'm almost certain you have because this theory has been requested for months. Yeah, in our comments and on the subreddit, you loyal theorists have been asking us to look into the lore of this app, and y'all delivered. Because of your recommendations, we've actually been kicking around this theory for a while now, trying to find the best way to approach it. And I mean, with their mascot Duo faking his death in February, trying to get people to do more of their lessons, now is a better time than ever to dive into the story they've been building over there. And best of all, Duolingo themselves actually reached out and asked us if we wanted to partner and sponsor a video, and with everything going on, the timing could not be more perfect. If you somehow don't know, Duolingo is a language learning app that helps you learn different languages at your own pace. Whether you're a complete noob, someone who's taken years of classes, or a fluent speaker, Duolingo's courses offer something to help you learn or just sharpen your skills. And their language variety is huge. You can learn everything from German to Arabic to Japanese to Hawaiian. They even have courses for Klingon for all us fantasy and sci-fi nerds out there. So now, all of that, it's great, cool, awesome even. But the longer you use the app, the more you realize that its little characters are, well, actual characters. Through its interactive features like stories and radio, you realize that they have names, backstories, loves, hates, dreams, and fears. But none have more character or story than Duolingo's main mascot, Duo the Owl. Yeah, if you haven't seen, Duo's become something of a meme in recent years, bothering learners through push notifications, phone widgets desperately trying to get your attention, and just off-the-wall marketing.
Hi, Duo again. Missed your Korean lesson. Know what happens now?
Yeah, Duo is very passionate about making sure you do your lessons, no matter what. But now, as of the writing of this theory, Duolingo has announced that Duo the Owl has passed away, probably, quote, waiting for you to do your lessons.
I don't even use Duolingo anymore because the app is actually bad, not gonna lie. Like, it's just not a good app in general. It's not really helpful at all.
The sadness of the internet, pop singer Dua Lipa and Master Chief from Halo. Yes, really. By the time this video is out, he'll have miraculously come back, I'm sure, and please forgive me, it takes us weeks to actually make videos, but I wanted to take this opportunity to finally dive into the lore of Duolingo, and what I found? Well, it's absolutely mind-blowing. Let's just say that all of the increasingly crazy stunts and desperation for you to learn your languages might be because Duo sees a dark future for us, and he's trying to save the world. Take 5 minutes to do your language lesson, loyal theorists, and let's talk this one through. So to start out with, let's go over the baseline universe here in the Duolingo app, because like I mentioned at the top of the episode, there's a whole world of characters in here. Now, when diving into the actual lore, the best way to start was by jumping into the app itself. And thankfully, there are features that really give us insights into the characters, and a lot of it is just really cute. For instance, some of the Duolingo radio segments have us listening to podcast interviews between some of the characters, and one of them was about watching movies with family.
Kevin, tell us about watching movies with your grandma.
You know, we just love to hear that here on Film Theory. Elsewhere, in the stories segments of the app, we see little storylines involving the characters play out, including one with the jock Eddie going on a date, only to realize that he completely misread the situation.
Do you always talk about work so much on a first date?
This isn't a date. It's a job interview.
In case you were wondering, Eddie did not get the job.
So, can I have the job?
Definitely not.
That's rough, buddy. So what can we glean from all of this? Well, first off, we realize that each of the characters here helping you learn to say things like Je suis un chat actually have names, relationships, and interests. Besides the mascot duo the owl, you have the unenthused Lily and her best friend Zari, both of whom go to a school where Oscar teaches art and Eddie teaches gym. Eddie has a son named Junior, and they actually live in the same apartment building as Zari and their friend Vikram. Then there are the best friends Bee and Lynn, Lynn's grandmother Lucy, and my personal favorite character, Falstaff, the talking bear. He wears a scarf. I would die for him. There's a bunch of small stuff hidden in these stories that create a world here in the Duolingo verse. Junior owns a pet fish and parrot and has a crush on Lily. Lily really likes pirates and is allergic to horses. Zari loves cats but is afraid of parrots and spiders. That sort of thing. It's fun. Not much about Falstaff the bear though, other than the fact that he loves snacks, but I mean, that's just hashtag relatable. Anyway, these mini storylines continue out to other parts of Duolingo's marketing, like their YouTube channel.
Today on Lily's terrifying experiments in social awkwardness, it's Besos.
Yeah, if you head over to their YouTube, you'll find a series of animated shorts featuring each of the main Duolingo characters, teaching you quirks and factoids about communicating in other languages and cultures.
They really have that? Huh. Oh my god, where's Cake? It's still not finished challenging, guys. What?
They're fun, but if you browse through the other videos on this page, you'll start seeing, well, the videos start getting stranger and stranger. They're trailers for parody TV shows.
In Duo's kitchen, it's either speak Italian or get chopped like scallions.
That is a sharp knife, chef.
Or a parody anime intro called Lost in Translation. Or a 2-hour lo-fi live stream. Huh, that's a great idea, isn't it? Yeah, okay. This is really the green-feathered elephant in the room when you're talking about Duolingo lore and why everyone was so keen on us covering this stuff. If you somehow haven't seen it yet, the Duolingo mascot duo the owl is pretty much a viral megastar at this point, all because of crazy videos like this.
The only thing I want on Christmas Day is my mom and dad who were taken away.
What the?
You said I should have studied.
Wait, what? Yeah, if you go and look, the story for Duolingo involving their beloved mascot, Duo the Owl, has become, eye-catching is a word, unhinged is another, but certainly effective. And this is what prompted everyone to ask us to cover the series.
That's me, driving
my
through the country.
God.
New vacation home.
Why are there ads? This is not a good day for me, guys. It really isn't.
I dug into it, the more I realized that Duo didn't become this unsettling force of nature overnight. No, this has been a long time coming, and we just didn't see it. Early on, Duo was a very chill dude. He was more of an encouraging, enthusiastic coach than anything else, cheering on and guiding learners to complete their daily Duolingo lessons. So, how did Duo start a descent into darkness? Well, according to Duolingo's chief design officer, Ryan Sims,
the number one thing Duo wants most in the entire world is for you to do your lesson today.
And the longer and longer Duo felt this way, the more passionately and seriously he took it. Like, if you add the Duolingo widget to your phone home screen, Duo will start the day pretty chill. But the longer and longer you wait, and the closer and closer to midnight it gets, the more stressed and desperate Duo becomes. Thanks to push notifications, Duo was able to remind learners to do their lessons. But if you've lapsed on your lessons or missed a few, he started guilt-tripping you, sending emails with him crying to the inboxes of his lost students. And if you completely fell off, he'd send another notification stating simply, these reminders don't seem to be working. The message from Duo was clear. If you stopped learning, not only are you a quitter, but your actions really hurt his feelings. Now, first off, I think this is hilarious, and it definitely got a connotation conversation around the app started. And to play devil's advocate for Duo the Owl here, languages are really hard to learn without consistent practice. And while guilt tripping might not be the best long-term strategy, it is effective for getting short-term results. And more or less, it did work, and it eventually became a bit of a meme, which Duo embraced wholeheartedly, changing his future forever. In an animation called Duo's Day at Work, we're shown a typical workday for Duo the Owl. Normally, he's tirelessly texting friendly reminders to learners all over the globe, and suddenly, a lot of what we actually see in the app makes way more sense. Like some of the exercises encourage us by saying, we advise you to use Duolingo every day. That checks out if it's Duo the Owl as the one poking us to continue our streaks and sending these messages out, right? Though some of these also get a bit too honest, like the green owl is trying to come up with some new sentences. At least he's being honest. Anyway, when they ignore him and refuse to ignite their streaks, well, he has to try something different, and instead he dons a giant Duo mech costume to go out into the real world. Yes, that is a thing that actually happens in this marketing. We see the results of this in an April Fool's 2019 ad for a fake feature called Duolingo Push, which, I mean, just watch this.
Since Duolingo can be used wherever you are, now Duolingo Push can remind you wherever you are.
Yeah, this feature would allow Duo to stalk and annoy users who tried to put off their studies no matter where they were. Work, the gym, on a date. Not exactly the wingman I'm looking for, my guy. But this is just the beginning. He would soon monitor his learners even more closely, flying drones in front of the homes of lapsed learners and projecting unignorable notifications on their buildings. When the menacing seemed to wear off and people started ignoring him again, Duo took a cue from Red from Angry Birds. Yes, those Angry Birds, I guess birds of a feather do flock together, and began having vivid fantasies about threatening people who ignored his notifications. Though in reality, he was just slamming a bowl of peanuts onto the ground. That's admittedly not groundbreaking terror, but there's clearly the beginning of an escalation here.
Seriously? What? The actual fuck is happening? Also, I've been checking on Steam page. It's still like hold on a moment. So, that.
Along with his psychological warfare, Duo is starting to think about using physical violence to force people to learn languages. These frustrations also started coming through in the actual exercises of the app as well. Yeah, some of the phrases spoken to learners during Duolingo's basic listening and reading comprehension exercises on the learning path were things like, I hate everybody, and you in particular. To live is to suffer, and I cry and think about sad things. Sometimes even phrases like, Duo used to love me. Clearly, this was Duo trying to communicate his sadness and frustration with listeners, but to no avail, because he takes things to the next level. Shortly after this, by March of 2022, people started disappearing, in a purely fictional sense, of course, and there was only one person to blame, Duo the Owl.
Have you been physically or emotionally injured by Duolingo?
And even worse, he was stealing Funko Pops.
Duo took my family. Next, he took my Funko Pop collection.
True horror. This is also the first place where a lot of Duo's comical threats appeared, including Japanese or broken knees, Latin or be flattened, and of course, Spanish or vanish. All of this carries the hilarious implication that the language you decide to learn will determine your punishment in the eyes of Duo should you fall off. Anyways, so many people and action figures had been harassed or just straight up disappeared that the fictional law firm Manchetti & Sons began a crusade against Duo the Owl. Though Duolingo themselves called these claims lies and false information, and that they were filing a cease and desist order against the law firm. Most importantly, though, Duolingo says you should definitely not call the phone number from this ad.
Text or call Manchetti & Sons now at 781-STOP. Owl.
Yep, do not under any circumstances call that number. But, I mean, come on, we had to call that number. And sadly, it's no longer active. But other people had the same idea and called it ages ago, playing a silly voice message that ultimately just led back to the Duolingo website. Have to say, seems suspicious, almost like Duo somehow got a hold of these people and was redirecting hate. But sadly, that's where this particular thread ends. Now, at this point, a lot of the story starts repeating itself. Duo wants more people to keep up their streaks and learn their languages, and resorts to increasingly unhinged ways of getting attention. He started a campaign to win pop star Dua Lipa's affections, befriended Hootie from the Owl House to maximize his star power, walked the pink carpet at the Barbie movie premiere, produced a parody Netflix-style reality show called Love Language, partnered with Squid Game to kidnap lapsed learners, and revealed during the 2024 Super Bowl that he had a BBL. Yes, the Duolingo Owl canonically has a Brazilian butt lift. If you don't know what that is, ask your parents.
So excited for book club.
See you tonight. Bye. Hey, Meta, how can I rearrange my living room to
He also started getting more out of pocket with the actual content in the Duolingo app, sending out challenges that started toying around with his darker interests. Like, how? Well, he started to warn learners that there's a man with a knife behind the curtain, and early tomorrow morning I will be at your door, which surely had more than a few people looking over their shoulders. He even admitted to crimes, confessing, I can be a bad boy. Whoa there, Duo, you might want to keep that to yourself. But the single biggest push Duo has been making during his crusade against Duolingo dropouts, using music to reach out to them, and that makes sense. Psychologists and anthropologists believe that music is a
This is literally nonsense at this point. Like, what is, like, the lore? Like, I guess this is lore, I guess. I don't know. This is kind of stupid, I'm gonna lie.
Complex yet approachable way that societies pass on their cultures, and that music can shape the world on both an individual and societal level. So, using music as a way to get people interested in language, that's absolutely a valid strategy. Though, Duo's approach has been, well, uniquely threatening. This whole part of the saga started with the introduction of Duolingo on Ice, and its biggest hit, Spanish or Vanish. And just a quick aside, but this song has the lyric, which translates to, I love human flesh. I think Duo's out for a little bit more than just blood at this point. Anyway, this was just the beginning of Duo's adventures with music. If you dive deep onto the SeatGeek website, this fictional musical actually has a full page detailing his entire set list of threats. Gotta say, I'm partial to Portuguese or the authorities, and you've mammed your last Mia myself. And several additional songs were also released on Spotify, including the Hamilton-inspired French or the Trench, and, oh geez, okay, I'll try. Ich bin ein Hans Schuss Schneeballwerfer. Yeah, there's no way.
Ich bin ein Handschuh-Schneeballwerfer.
That's the German word for people who need gloves to make snowballs, and it's basically just slang for coward. And also, just to keep up the snowy theme, but Duo even released a freaking Christmas album. You gotta love it. So that's a lot. Duo is now keeping an eye on his learners through push notifications on their phones, through drones flying through cities, by stalking them in the streets, and now with some irresistibly catchy music. But why? What could possibly be the reason for Duo to head down this darker path that we followed here today, becoming more and more nefarious in his antics? Honestly, what we've seen here makes him seem way more like a villain than the anti-hero he's claimed to be. So what's his motivation? Why is he doing all of this? Well, it comes down to one simple thing. When you look at what Duo actually is, it explains everything. See, while Duo the owl is, well, an owl, he shares a lot in common with another real-world animal, the kakapo, aka the owl parrot. This is a bird from New Zealand that also happens to be one of the most endangered birds in the world. And I mean, just look at this guy. He looks exactly like Duo. They're both round, fluffy, green birds with cute little legs and tiny wings. Even the little lining around their faces is basically the same. But their similarities go further than just the visual. See, the kakapo is a flightless bird. Best they can do is glide short distances, which as we all know is just falling with style. And Duo, well, he struggles in that department too. Within the Duolingo app, you'll rarely see Duo airborne. He's much more about jumping or gliding. What you will see from him, however, is great difficulty getting his wings to support his weight, just like a kakapo. So, okay, Duo is a kakapo owl parrot. Why does that matter? Well, here's where things get interesting. See, this is a pretty broad overview, but the kakapo is a figure in the folklore of the Maori, the native people of New Zealand. And according to that folklore, the kakapo is believed to have a supernatural foresight into the future. This belief stems from the kakapo only mating when the rimu tree fruited, an event that only happens once every 4 years or so. The idea is that the kakapo could literally see the future and know when the trees were going to fruit, and knew when it was time to, well, you get it. And if you want even more proof that Duo the owl is actually a kakapo with these foresight powers, this actually really happened to me in real life. But I myself got an unprompted email from Duolingo encouraging me to continue my streak, foreseeing that I would hit a 14-day streak. I mean, come on. But now, knowing this, if Duo is an endangered owl parrot with latent psychic ability...
Why is this on film theory? Why not game theory? Because, like, it's an app. It's not like a movie or anything like that. This is on film theory.
Suddenly, everything makes way more sense. Why would Duo be doing all of these heinous things? Spanish or Vanish, Korean or Not Be Seen, French or the Trench. He's desperately trying to get people to learn languages because he knows something we don't. He sees something awful coming with his foresight and wants to avoid it. A dystopian future where humanity doesn't talk to each other anymore. And I mean, just look around. Every day, it feels like society is shifting further and further into isolation. Echo chambers have trapped us and global communication is breaking down. He's even tried to straight up warn us about what he sees going on in the world in the app. In other exercises on the learning path, he's told us that the government of the country is not very effective at the moment. And today there is no good news in the newspaper. And worse still, why is the government giving so much false information to the public? Remember, according to the Duo's Day at Work animation, Duo is canonically the one sending out these translations. He's the one sending these warnings because he's almost certainly seen this exact thing happen. over 3,000 years ago, in the year 1000 BC. That in and of itself was a bit of a curveball, but that means that he's witnessed the rise and fall of numerous civilizations. The Egyptians, the Romans, learn new languages. If we take the effort to communicate and learn about foreign cultures, I want sushi in Japanese. That helps us grow as people and become close out. If we go back to the Duolingo YouTube page, you'll find some videos like I Hate Christmas, which features the character Lily talking about how much she, well, hates Christmas.
You couldn't pay me to go to your ugly sweater.
And yet, Lily is all about talking to us in the Duolingo app, where you can literally call her to help practice your languages with the Call with Lily feature. She is literally connecting with you to help you learn about other peoples and cultures and languages. And that right there is ultimately Duo's goal. Why he bothers us with push notifications and—
Alright. I'm done. We're done with this video. We're done. There's nothing much to it. We're gonna put some music on. Like, honestly, chat, I think we should end the stream. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's gonna probably take forever. I'm gonna end this. Yeah, I can't wait anymore, guys. I'm feeling under the weather. I'm gonna go and lie down. I'm sorry, chat. I will apologize for this. I didn't know this was going to happen. We're just gonna end it here, chat. I'm sorry. I cannot wait anymore. Till next time, get a video out. I changed the title, so don't worry. Bye.